I
No,
think it's above the trolls.
I think Bert goes to dog. That's because he takes assault. I mean, the troll goes to dog.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 8 of the Gollum's Gamers podcast. So today we are going to be doing a tier list episode, and it's going to be on all the monsters currently in the game. So hero monsters and warrior profile monsters. Now, if you're wondering why there's antics going on at the moment, it's because we just finished recording the last episode of the podcast, episode 7. So we've gone straight from episode 7 into episode 8. We're in the same clothes. We're out here getting busy, and we're back with another episode. So
You love to see it. You love to see it.
Indeed. Woo. So, without further ado, number 1, we have the Balrog. What do we think? Where are we putting it?
It's got to be, out of the monsters, it's got to be pretty silly nervous. It's pretty
lemon.
No, I think it's nervous. I think it's nervous.
To be fair, if we're comparing them completely to monsters, it's a lemon monster.
Cheers.
It is a lemon monster.
Lemon
it's fight
monster.
10 wounds. Silly.
Oh, okay, no. So we
It's
need.
got no bite. Wait, are we comparing this to
Just other monsters?
Should have
Just
figured
other
this out
monsters.
before. And I guess, like, in the context of their army,
Are we doing it in what they provide to their army list, or just as a
quite
monster?
important.
Just as a monster.
Well, it's not lemon. I'll tell you that for free. Why is it
Oh,
so
Elliot's
big?
triple zoomed in.
You know,
Actually, Elliot, zoom in on your profile pic up in the top right. That's what everyone wants to see.
That's what everyone
Oh.
wants.
Oh, shirtless Elliot.
He's not shirtless.
He's literally got a t-shirt on.
Oh, man, I've been blind.
Imagination going wild.
If
I was
we're
getting
comparing-
excited.
If we're just comparing these monsters, that just means like any monster that's fight 10 or whatever is just gonna be at the top, and it's the Balrog is just not lemon.
All those monsters that are fight 10, that one made the
Yeah,
barrel.
you
Literally
can
the single only monster.
No,
No,
Sam.
you're gonna have the Balrog up there. You're gonna have Sauron up there. You're gonna have.
You mean someone who's not fight 10?
Is it Southampton?
You mean the models that cost like 400 points? Yeah, of
any
course I
model
have.
that's any model that's ridiculously costed is just going to be them.
Where you putting Sauron then, Sam? Because you're outvoted already 2-1 by me
No,
and James.
nervous. Mate, probably dog, mate. Let's be honest.
I think it's nervous. I think it's nervous because it's so expensive and it's got no might. It moves 6. Like
Doesn't do anything.
No might is really tough.
Free heroic combat though, with a whip.
Heroic combat, lashing people in.
it's so expensive.
Compare
And
it to the other
can be
monsters
shut
and
down.
compare it to within its list.
I think when comparing
It's
it to
still
other
shit.
monsters, I think it's got to be silly nervous at least.
Really?
Fine.
Yeah.
Comparing it
Silly
to other
nervous.
monsters. We can move
No.
things around. I think like Vince wants dog. Some of us
No,
want
I'm
lemon.
nervous. I think nervous. I think it's
Oh,
nervous.
sorry,
That's
nervous.
my-
Sorry, yeah. So silly nervous is sort of in the middle. I think we start
Silly
with there.
nervous.
Yeah, and we see where we go at the end.
That is criminal. Okay, fair enough.
Mama, I'm a
We
criminal.
will see at the end.
Criminal.
Moving on to the horrific old sculpt there of Treebeard, which is a bit
Nervous Treebeard.
not great, but
Southampton.
Treebeard.
Yeah, Treebeard's
Dog.
it's kind of dog. I think dog slash
Yeah.
nervous.
Southampton.
It's better than Southampton
Yeah.
because Southampton are literally
Considering-
terrible.
Wait, so explain
Terrible.
explain why we put Balrog
Yeah,
and Sea
I don't
Nervous.
understand.
Treebeard dog.
I don't
Like,
understand
I
this
don't really
tier list.
understand.
I don't understand. I don't know what your criteria is for what's going where.
Why is Treebeard dog, whereas Balrog's
Treebeard has his army bonus is actually good, which means that he can't exactly be shut down through normal monster like stuff like transfix. He
Even the Balrog with 10
Balrog,
wounds isn't the
yeah.
magic.
Yeah.
yeah, but
It's
it has no
also
might.
fight
Treebeard
10.
also has might.
Treebeard
Yeah, but
does
it's-
have might.
Like-
The Balrog has a free heroic combat though.
Treebeard's not fight 10 and has a whip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the Balrog is it's so many points. You just kill everything around it, and that's it.
How many points is Treebeard?
200 with Merry and Pippin.
Yeah.
I mean, Treebeard's definitely still not good, but
yeah, Treebeard's not good.
Yeah, but Sam, none of the monsters in this
thing is,
game
though,
are
yeah,
good.
what we
so
can't
they
do-
are.
what we
Some
can't-
of these monsters are lemon.
Yeah, what we can't do though is say that most of them are pretty mid and put them all in nervous. We have
No,
to
that's I would put
differentiate them.
I would put Treebeard nervous personally.
Nah, Treebeard's dog.
Yeah, dog.
Dog.
For his points, he does anything that a troll can do.
Yeah.
Kind of 3 dogs, I think, at the moment.
Lucky Sam, you're wrong. Next.
The barrel
Moving
doesn't
on,
look
in
really
that case,
as
we
well.
have Bjorn.
Is this Legion Bjorn or not?
I think it has to be. It's the only time he's ever taken.
Yeah. He's not as good as Grimbeorn.
Chopper silly nervous.
Yeah,
Silly
agreed.
nervous, better than the Barrel.
Yeah.
Seem quite happy there. Okay.
This guy, he's this. I don't know what troll this is. This next
So
one.
I've got him up. It's Bert the Troll.
Is this
Shout out
the
to
village one?
Bert, Atomic Cards Bert. So on
Oh, Bert Leach.
absolute scumbag. So
Yummy.
he has so Bert the Troll only has strength and defense. So he doesn't have strike. So this one is only fight 7 with no strike.
Is he
So
the
I
middle
think
one?
he is the middle one. So I think he is actually nervous.
What is his special rule?
His special rule is keep him for later, which
Oh,
is
he's the bag one.
Yeah, he's the paralyzed guy.
Yep, so he can put him in a bag.
That's
So
pretty
actually, that's
Bag.
pretty cool. It's a bag. The fact he doesn't have strike, I think makes this one really, really
Totally
quite
doesn't.
rubbish. So I think actually
How many
this
points
is
is he?
he's 130 points, but in comparison to all the rest of the trolls, he's probably the worst one. So I think
Yeah, but for 130 points, he's pretty good value.
yeah, but out of the 3 trolls, he's the worst. So I think he's got to be a Southampton tier troll.
Nah, he's not Southampton tier because he can paralyze.
So compare him
people.
to normal trolls or even
Yeah.
troll chieftain. He's
Okay.
actually really good.
So for 30
Totally
points
is
more,
good.
you get 2 might, a will
That's
point,
already,
a
that's
fate
already
point.
worth it.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. Dog tier.
But the fact that you can't, like, you can take the troll
He's
chieftain
nervous.
in Mordor.
See, the thing
It's
to
actually
me,
available to be taken. Like, they have to make the 3 trolls better because you can only take them as the 3 trolls or like ally them in somewhere weird.
Yeah,
to me,
allow him a Goblin
all
Town.
3 of these guys are nervous. He's middle nervous.
Yeah.
The one that's shitter is
No.
bottom nervous, and then the one that's better is top nervous.
No,
So
I'd
better
say
than Creedus.
Sneezy Boy is.
Yeah, Sneezy
Pinching on
Boy is
silly
in.
nervous.
Yeah,
I think we can
Sneezy
do
Boy is
all of
definitely
these at
silly.
one.
Yeah.
I think we can do all these at one time
No,
now.
wrong. So,
No, I'm
Tom the
saying
Troll.
which order?
Tom the Troll has a
Tom's the
lingering
big one, right?
cold. And
Oh,
Tom
no,
the
he's the
Troll
little
with
one.
his lingering cold. And that's the one with his braces there. Yeah, that's right. He may expend a will point and half the fight value of a foe in base contact with him as he sneezes on his victim. And if that's not for 120,
Jesus.
so for 20 points extra than a troll, he has 3 will that allows him to sneeze on
Yeah.
models.
You
He is
effectively get a guaranteed like troll bat swarm combo
yeah.
for 3 turns.
He's
Yeah,
got to
this-
be
the
silly
sneeze is really
nervous.
The sneeze is really good. Yeah.
So which order are we putting them in?
So he's a silly nervous troll, and then the way you've got it round is wrong. Bill needs to be in front of Bert.
Where does this one go? This one
So
here.
Tom goes silly nervous. Get him out of scum.
So he's going
Okay.
silly nervous.
There, that's
Yeah.
right. I agree with this.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Like that? In that
Put it
order?
this way, you know how like lots of people think Dane is quite good. So I once took Dane and some dwarves against these 3 trolls, and with Dane, I didn't know which one to charge because 2 of them strike and 1 of them sneezes on you. So it's like,
Yeah.
what do you do? So he just
But
got one-shotted. I went into a striker. He
It do
died.
be tricky.
Only correction for the viewers. Only one of them strikes, which is Bill. Bert, which is the worst one, doesn't do anything. And then Tom, which is the one we said sneezes.
But what, wait. No, I had the choice of all 3, and my opponent said,
Your opponent
Oh, you got done
has
dirty, Adam.
cheated you.
Comes out laughing.
okay, what is the one that
Really?
you said does nothing? What does he do?
Okay, so that's Bert.
He's in a
He
bag,
has
man.
strength defense. He can put you in a bag, and he can also roast you slowly, which is if Bert wins a fight, he may perform the roast him slowly brutal power attack. But this is only if he's within 6 inches of the campfire, and then you're instantly set ablaze, which is actually quite funny. But obviously, you've got to be within 6 inches of the campfire, which is kind of like there.
Dead.
Apart from that, he only has heroic strength and defense.
What's the roast him to jelly thing?
Squish him to jelly.
Oh,
Okay,
Yeah.
so keep them for later is you may put if a troll wins a fight, they may choose a man-sized model or smaller and keep them for later. You put a 25mm marker down that represents the unfortunate victim that has been stuffed in a bag. The model, therefore, is counted as being paralyzed.
Yeah, that was it.
So if you win a fight, you can put a man-sized model in a bag and paralyze them, which is very strong.
Is the shit
Yeah.
one? Is it? Is the nervous two? They're meant to be swapped, right?
No, so I think Bill is the best troll because he is fight 7 with
which one was-
strike, and he's
You know,
got
that
keep them
isn't
for
Bill.
later.
Bill is one of these two. The
So
one with
Bill is the one you've got on the right. So these two need to be swapped.
Yeah, that's
in
what I just
nervous
said.
tip.
He's
Sorry.
yeah.
My apologies, Sam.
Let's see.
Yeah.
You happy with this? Any objections?
Next.
Okay, moving on. We have a Birder.
Birder.
Birder's silly nervous.
I'm a Birder fan personally.
Yeah,
I
Birder's
like a
silly.
bit of Birder.
So I'm
A
totally
little bit
not a
too
Birder
easy
fan.
to
It's
kill,
lit-
though.
This
I think
literally fun.
he's-
Like some of these monsters are good in their army context and what they do with their army, not as a monster profile. So this is where it becomes.
Well,
That's what I'm
everything.
saying. I think we need to take everything because
Yeah.
like, with the
Yeah.
Take
trolls,
into
for example-
consideration all of it.
yeah,
It
the
would be
troll
unfair
profile-
because Birder actually helps the army,
Yeah,
so it would be
yeah,
unfair.
Birdo helps the army a lot, but Balrog
Yeah.
has a really good profile. But
But that is
Balrog
value
is
that
dog shit.
comes from the profile, though.
Hmm.
So it is part of the profile, you know.
Yeah, but like the Balrog doesn't have it has a good profile, but that helps the army none and is dog shit.
Totally helps the army.
Yeah,
No.
because it does.
We will definitely come back to the barrel later because I
ca-
agree.
I
I don't think
cannot
it's.
believe it's in silly nervous. That is so triggering.
The thing is, we
Birder.
voted for the Balrog Legendary Legion to be one of the dog ones, didn't we?
Yeah, because it's shit. The Balrog is bad.
And yet the
Nah, it's
Balrog's been
good.
put 2 tiers higher.
When are you ever scared to play a Balrog?
All
When
the
I've got
time.
2 cave drakes with it.
You're never scared to play a Balrog.
We'll come back to
it
the
again.
Balrog,
Yeah,
but we're talking
we'll come
about
back to it.
Birder at the moment. Where do we think?
He's a nervous kind of troll.
Yeah, I think he's top of nervous.
I think he's
personally.
at least top of nervous.
No, he's much better than
He's-
Troll because he's got 3 might. He's got a
He's,
smaller
yeah, he's
base.
better
He's
than the
got strike.
trolls. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
better
I
than
think
the
he's got to
trolls.
be better than all 3 of the trials, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the small base is massive. Sorry,
Unless
that's a
we
really
just
good-
put all the trolls down here in
Literally-
ascending order,
Oh my god, my brain is.
Go on then, put all the
the
trolls
small
down in
base
there.
is really important.
and then we'll put Birder up there. Yeah, kind of clinging on. Okay, moving on. Next, we have the Cave Drake.
Cave Drake is amazing.
Bottom of silly nervous, I think.
It's really good.
Totally a silly nervous monster.
I'd take Birder over a Cave Drake, though.
I totally would not.
I think
Treebeard is
I think
way
the Cave
better
Drake's
than a
better.
cave drake.
No, I think the Cave Drake's better than Birder.
it's that
Ash,
you can
well-
take the Cave Drake in Moria, where Treebeard is just
Cave
like,
drake having monstrous
fang.
charge be silly.
Monstrous
Ah,
charge.
true,
four
true.
attacks
base
base.
is just so big and tough. You can
Really
He's
just
only
quite good.
150
6 wounds.
points.
Birder can maneuver around and actually do stuff
Yeah.
where Cave Drake can just sit there all game and do nothing.
Yeah, Cave Drake's got 6 wounds.
It's four attacks base, 5 on the charge, is it? Or is it 5?
Yeah,
And then
5
it's
on the charge.
Yeah, okay, that's quite
got
good.
7. It's
With a-
resistant. It's got terror.
I
It's
just feel like the
overpowered.
base is a big issue.
The base is a big issue.
Base.
But,
It's
I mean,
movement 8 though.
It's
Oh.
a monster. That's kind of what you get with them.
the whole point is you get 40, 50 goblins around it as well. So
Yeah.
Mm.
And then you
And
don't
the
really
Bat
have-
Swarm. With the Bat Swarm, this thing's amazing.
yeah,
I think if you're playing against the Cave Drake and one of your heroes ends up in a troubling position next to it, you've probably done something wrong.
I agree. It's below Birder, but it's still not. It's still good.
Yeah. Like Birder is
Okay.
a lot more versatile.
I'm happy with it there then.
I think it's fine there.
That's-
Maybe top of nervous. We might have to move things around towards the end, but we'll keep it there for now. Next up, the dragon from Moria. Again, Moria.
Southampton.
Southampton.
Nah, it's definitely better than that.
This model's definitely not Southampton.
It's a
No,
dog model, I think.
it's not. You can run it in
it's
so
not
many
that.
different ways.
It's so expensive,
And you've
and it's
never
worse
seen
than a Cave Drake.
Yeah.
It's totally not worse than a cave drake.
Does
Way
it get a
worse than
monstrous
Cave Drake.
charge?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. You can give it fly, you can give it breathe fire.
Yeah,
Loads of, like,
It's the
magic
fact
as
you can
well.
only give it 2 of the 4 options.
I think it's
Whereas
got 3-up transfix or something.
Okay, the
you
problem
can only
is
do it 3 times.
the problem
Yeah,
is it's
one
got
time.
survival instinct, and how much will does it have?
Yeah.
I'm just going to put
It
out.
has 3 will, I think.
it's so shit. Honestly, it's terrible.
awful. It's
Yeah, but
courage 4 as well, isn't it? Or courage 5?
4, I think.
Oh, yeah.
That's
terrible.
rubbish.
But I think you're playing it
so
wrong if you're just
the-
charging it in.
The
Yeah,
stat
this-
line
this-
is move 6, fight 7, 2+ shoot value, strength 7, D7, 4 attacks, 7 wounds, courage 4, 3s across the board, and then it's got strike, strength, and defense, and then it's got the additions. It's got 3 up transfix and a 4 up compel.
Is it the only model with a 7 wounds? Just
Yeah,
many
you can
points is
push it
it?
up to 9 as well.
It's
It is
250 base. isn't it?
250.
No, this I think you build this model with fly and breathe fire because moving, flying, and hitting on a 3+ to instantly kill anything that doesn't have fate. And it does breathe fire do around damage?
Yeah, it's like 2 inches around or something.
I played against this at
Yeah,
Imps.
2 inches, suffer strength 10.
I played
Yeah.
against this at Imps, and I literally had to keep Gullivar. What? How? It's 12-inch breathe fire, is it, or 18?
I don't know.
Breathe fire 12.
so brief fire is 12 inches.
I had to
and-
keep Gullivar 18 inches away from this guy at all costs. Otherwise, he insta dies. Like, it is such a threat to some armies, and like,
Oh, I stand corrected on my comment about Thranduil having the best shoot value at 2+, because this dragon actually has a 2+ shoot
It's a
value.
fucking dragon.
yeah.
So I stand corrected on that.
And it's
It
also,
is
I
still
don't know,
the best shoot value.
I think it's just also quite cool where it's got the, I don't know how you say the word, something tongue. Yeah,
Worm
that.
tongue.
Yeah, worm tongue.
That it gets a 3 point of will every turn. So if you want to go like, oh, I want a dragon that can, compel things towards me or out of the way and then charge stuff, you can do that. It's just like you can do it in different ways. I think it's cool.
But at this point, you're going to spend what,
Of
350
course,
points on it.
of course.
It's
It
like
isn't.
the
It
same
isn't the
power.
most competitive, but yeah, I think it's in.
I don't understand why you can't just. They need. Was there any reason for them to limit the options to 2? Because it wouldn't be overpowered if you could pick 3 or 4. Definitely not. It's just like
it'd be more fun.
it
It
would
would
be more
basically be
fun.
having like Smaug, but for half the points.
See, change my mind.
though.
And you're not gonna be able to change my mind.
Yeah.
But I would rather have this guy over the Balrog.
Depends what you're playing against.
Yeah, no, wrong.
Majority of scenarios, I'd rather have this guy over the Balrog 1,000 times.
Have
No,
you
Balrog's
Balrog in
gonna
a good
stay
local
all
medium?
game.
Oh well.
Yeah.
This guy will kill more than the Balrog.
This guy
Yeah, but-
takes a wound, you roll double 1 and it runs away.
Yeah,
Oh,
good.
good
It's
job.
survival.
Survival instinct is what makes it terrible.
Your courage 4, you keep your courage for that, and then it's gonna kill more than the Balrog. will.
Yeah.
It doesn't have
Yeah,
a
but
free
if
word
you're-
combat every turn.
It
If you're
doesn't.
playing
You
against, like,
charge one
Harbinger.
dude with the barrel. You charge one dude, and then you just, because of the barrel space, you just make it only charge another. Like, it's just, I don't know. I think this
Yeah,
is
but the barrel can whip as well, remember, which
can't whip when
means
it's in combat already.
yeah, but it can whip on the
Gonna
way
have the
into
Balrog
combat.
debate at the end.
Yeah, but I'm
instead.
saying this was
every
this is
profile.
above. I personally think this is above the Balrog, but the Balrog, it's not silly nervous because the Balrog's dog shit. So
Why don't we take the Balrog off then? Do the Balrog last, so then we're not comparing everything to the Balrog.
I would put this in nervous personally.
Let's take the Balrog off. What do we? Where do we think the dragon?
Causing too much debate.
Yes, about the.
I
about
vote
the Balrog.
nervous. Who else? Who votes?
Sam.
I think Southampton.
Nah, it's nervous.
Me and
Dog.
James are nervous.
So we've Sam. Where are you?
I'm nervous. So me and James are nervous. Vince is Southampton. Ash is dog. Elliot, what are you?
I'm probably going dog in the middle.
Adam
Former dog.
is dog. Nice.
Is it above Treebeard?
Yeah.
Got to be above
'cause you can
Treebeard,
take it
surely.
for you.
I think we're doing Treebeard a bit dirty as well. That's the thing.
But
Well,
where do you
nah.
I think the
take?
dragon can do a lot more than Treebeard.
Sam wants
Yeah,
to
like,
put
where
When
do
have
you
you
all
ever
of the
been
models
scared of
into
playing
nervous.
any Ents?
Yeah, like
Oh.
where you can't take the N. You just wouldn't take the N outside of Fangorn. But
What's Fangorn Dream with?
The Ents have done
Nothing.
so. No, the Ents have been really messed over by the Alliance Matrix. They
Yeah.
just because their army bonus is really good, but they're not green with anyone.
Yeah. And that is the game we're in. So I think we're going to leave it above.
Yes.
Yeah,
Let's
and
get
move
going.
on to, is that a fell beast? It's just a,
Southampton.
Totally is a fell beast. Probably some not
no,
Southampton.
I'm not Southampton.
Southampton.
You just think that because of the Witch King, where you put it on something else, it's really strong.
Adam has put
What?
down his paintbrush.
Okay.
Here we go. Take the
I
points.
am a massive fan of the Fell Beast.
50
Because
points, I swear.
if you're patient and do nothing with it all game, except outmaneuver other people's casters, because it's got more movement than horses, it can be really, really good. And if you I know you're wasting 40 points essentially on it compared to a horse, but that's all it takes. That last turn or the penultimate turn to launch yourself somewhere off a heroic combat and a compel, and then hurl into a situation or bulk out of a situation. It gives you so many opportunities.
You could literally teleport to an objective basically on the other side of the board if you charge 12 inches on the Felbeast into something and then heroic combat off. Suddenly something now 24 inches away is now mine.
The reason why people don't like it is because they normally take it with Witch King. And the problem with the Witch King is he'll normally be your leader. So I actually quite like, which is controversial, Suladan as the leader and then Witch King on a Felbeast at 600 or something like that, yeah. It's not for everyone.
I may be taking 2 imps, a Witch King, and then have it as my leader day 2 with a Felbeast for contest.
Mm-hmm. It is all eggs in one basket, and the only problem with it is if you lose a roll off, then he's just not casting ever again because he'll just be like caught up. Yeah. This is the danger with it. That's why I quite like it. A Felbeast on Kamul or on the Dark Marshal, who are both fight 6.
I think Felbeasts are easily better than Cave Drakes.
No way. They're nervous.
Definitely are.
I'd say nervous because
Chopper nervous, but
they're hard to use well. Like hard to use really well, I think.
They're just annoying.
I think
they're not worth 50 points.
I think to get good return for a Cave Drake is also quite tough with the base size. Personally.
Okay, so they're 100% worth 50 points. But the problem is you're already spending like 120 points on a Ring Wraith. So you're now spending.
Spendering.
Oh mate, it's getting late. You're now spending 170 points on the most fragile tool ever, which is the same points as the Emperor. And the Emperor does so much more for your army.
I personally think we need to put it above the Cave Drake. I think you can get a lot more return out of a.
I think you just got Cave Drake, Kate Elliott.
I think you can play around Cave Drake pretty easily. Where
it's harder than you think because it's got 8-inch movement.
I just think when lines meet and there's not room, it struggles. Which happens.
But you make room for it. You're playing around it.
Yeah, but you're.
And we are on to Shelob.
Are we leaving the Felbeast there? Everyone happy?
Yeah.
Shelob.
Shelob, silly nervous.
Shelob is pretty fun.
Are we on about Kirathongal, Shelob?
Yeah.
Yeah, and any Shelob. Yeah.
We talked about Bjorn as
from the Legion.
I think she's middle nervous.
Above the trolls, less than the Witch King.
Yeah, agreed.
For 90 points, she's amazing.
I think as we go on, all these trolls are going to have to come down to the top of dog because more stuff is going to fill up nervous.
Not sneezy troll, but yes.
Yeah. Are we happy roughly there? We can revisit at the end.
Sure.
Ent.
Is that one of the...
It's just an Ent.
Just a regular old Ent.
Southampton.
Yeah, Southampton.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible.
They're pretty...
No, might.
It's not it.
It's expensive. They're getting relegated.
What we're going to notice is, by the end of this, the monsters at the top are going to be the ones with might.
Yeah.
That's why the barrel can't be there.
It's not at the top, though.
It's why we haven't put it on the board yet.
It was there. I'll tell you that for free.
So, moving on, as we're quite conclusive on the Ent in Southampton.
Lemon Gulliver. Lemon Gulliver.
Definitely lemon.
Fairly easy. Any questions?
No. Guahir, also a lemon hero.
Yeah, lemon.
But below Gully.
Grimbrion, also a lemon monster. The triple lemon.
Does anyone have any comments on any of those lemon monsters?
The 2 flyers with might that are high fight value.
Fight 7.
Yeah, they're just fantastic. Both with monstrous charge. No wonder they're lemon tier. Flying might, high fight value, monstrous charge. just awful to play against.
Sorry, I missed that. Why do we think Grimbjorn's better than Bjorn?
Because he doesn't have to charge
Have to
if he
charge,
can.
yeah.
And if you're a bear and you can't charge any models, but you can charge if you detransform, you have to detransform,
Okay. Fair enough.
which is not good.
Yeah, Grimbjorn's a lot safer. Any
he's
more
got
comments about the insanely OP ones? No?
Good thing is, Gulliver and Gwai here are good on their own, but they are even better within the army that they're in. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Like they're enhanced by their army. Like with the being the magic from Angmar, and if you're taking Soup or Galadriel with Gwai here, it's just even better. On Eagles on their own, that's for another thing. But
Yeah.
with what they come with, allied with, they're just good. They're better.
Yeah. This looks pretty good at the top there.
I love that pure list of Gwai here and Lake Town.
Yeah, fast, isn't it?
Very themey, very in the feathers.
It's just brilliant. Yeah.
Adam seeing the dark side here.
No, I hate it. Absolutely hate it.
Okay, so moving on to the Watcher in the water.
I think the Watcher is top of Silly Nervous, better than Bjorn.
What does Grattan think?
I think
It's below Bjorn,
I
above
think it's
Berda.
definitely
Okay.
Bjorn. Above Berda.
Yeah.
James out cringing right now.
Yeah, because Berda's not actually that good. Like he's quite high up here. Like he's good, but yeah. I think
Again, if Berda is good in the context of the army, the Watcher, you have to build your army around the Watcher. If you don't, he's dog shit.
And even when you do, it still doesn't work sometimes.
That's kind of the vibe I'm on. Like the Watcher.
It depends. It depends on the points level.
As you though, like you wanted to start using the Watcher a lot, and then you realised it's actually quite hard to make good.
Yeah, but I took him at 500 and 550 points, which
doesn't change whether you roll a 3+ or not.
No, it does when you ally in more models.
No, it doesn't.
Of course it does.
I
Why do you think? I think team.
How does rolling a 3+ affect what points level you're playing at?
No, but it's not about rolling a 3+. Having other stuff in conjunction with the Watcher. For example, Italy takes the Watcher and the Spider Queen in Mordor Moria, and they do well with it. They win a lot of events with it. That's a combo that they've used with the Watcher at high points, which enhances it. So
it isn't that it can't
it.
work. It's just that I think James's point is that it still needs to come on, and that can still
Too inconsistent.
It's
just... Yeah, but when if it is on the board, it's more consistent than majority of these models here. Like
yes,
it's consistent than.
But then the times it's not on the board, it's then a lot worse.
Yeah, but how often? Like realistically, when I've used it,
well, Sam, in your experience,
yeah,
how often does it not work?
My experience isn't the norm. Like when I was talking to Jordan the other weekend, his Watcher didn't fail to come on every time he rolled it. Like,
yeah, that's just the opposite experience, though, isn't it? Like,
yeah, well,
it's too polar.
It's more likely to come on the board than it's not. So, it's mine's just very rare. His is less rare, but I think if you have to take the Watcher and then build around it. You can't just add it in because you want a big thing there. But I think if you build around it, it's really good.
What would you do to improve the Watcher?
Make it so you can spend the mic points to come on the board. That's it.
I think we discussed
that
last episode.
We totally did. No, 2 episodes ago.
The 2. They're blurring at this point.
That's all it needs, and it would be really good.
No, it'd be. I think it'd be seen more. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's above Berda. It's whether it stays at the top of Silly Nervous, we will see. Moving on next is the generic Eagle.
Nervous,
yeah.
Bottom of Nervous. It has no might.
Less than the Trolls with might.
Only 2 attacks.
Yeah, but with fly and also only being 100 points.
I think the Trolls, although they're like great individual profiles, you only ever take them as the 3 Trolls, and like as an army, that's not very good. But like Eagles in an Eagles list are actually like pretty.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
I think the Trolls go to dog personally, but
the Trolls are just a bit memey. I
No,
think they're above.
I think Bert goes to dog. That's because he takes assault. I mean, the Troll goes to dog. The other 2, however, stay in Nervous.
I feel like when you take an eagle army, they all work really well together because they all fly, they all hurl, they all do this. But the trolls, you take the 3 trolls at 400 points, and that's all you take, unless you ally. But then it's not really that good. And yeah, they have might, but I guess. What do you think? Fly and having
I
strength.
think might is better than fly.
Well, if you get fly, you get monstrous charge.
Yeah,
Can
but do you
anyone-
get to be fucking sneezed on?
Try sneeze on an eagle, my brother. I mean, it might not work, but you can try.
So
Well,
he could just sneeze on an eagle.
yeah, the eagle charges you. Oh no, a chew, half 5 value.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But is there only one model that you can sneeze, or you can sneeze all?
I found it earlier when we were reviewing the troll sound.
I think it's better. That's all.
yeah, I
Okay.
think it's better than the trolls. We can move things around at the end, but are we happy with it there roughly for now?
Yep.
Okay, moving on next, we have this must be quick beam then. But there's another tree down.
No,
here.
that's totally the one we put in Southampton.
Beach bone.
The one we put in Southampton is actually the normal end. I think that one there is that one the normal end?
Yeah, so
The
the
one
one
in
in
Southampton-
Southampton is definitely the regular M.
Yeah, and now this one.
Yeah.
This one I think is maybe beach bone.
Could be quick beam. Who knows?
Quick Beam's a really ugly one.
They haven't used the right models, so
So
Yeah.
know you're an Ent-Sam.
Really?
Whoa! Nice.
I'd say yeah. This is Beachbone, so he's the striker.
If he strikes,
Yeah.
nervous.
So he only gets the reroll wins against orcs.
is
and
it
stuff.
above
Yeah,
the
that's why,
dragon?
Yeah.
No, I think he's the only nervous M.
He's way above. He's way above these models.
Trolls?
He's way above the trolls. He's above Shelob.
Shelob and Kirath Ungol.
See, I think Shelob and the
Ungol.
Eagles actually go below the trolls because the trolls have might, but that's just me.
No.
I just think yes, you can look at the trolls and they've got good individual profiles, but you're going to take them in a list, which ultimately isn't going to be very competitive when you can take.
At 400 points, that is the most competitive list.
You take that into the West.
No, because I'm playing 50 points down, my dude.
If they're that competitive, it won't matter.
Nah, 50 points there is a huge percentile difference.
So quick beam's definitely better than Treebeard because he's quite a
Yeah.
lot. Isn't he like 40 points cheaper or 50 points cheaper?
He's one.
So I think Quick Beam moves 8, doesn't have strike, whereas Beach Bone moves 6 and does have strike. I'm
Beach
pretty
Bone-
sure that's the
yeah.
dynamic.
But Beachbone is also really consistent at wounding. 'Cause-
Beachbone rerolls all, yeah, and he has strike. And Quick Beam moves 8, has March. So
Doesn't he only reroll against orcs though?
yeah, it's like all the evil people, I think.
Yeah.
Orcs, Urukai, goblins.
I think he's above. He's above an eagle. He's above Shelob, but I think he's 160 or 140.
I don't know if I'd say he's better than an eagle personally. I think the eagle should be slightly higher, but
I'm indifferent. I don't really care.
Are you talking about eagles as part of the pure eagle list or like allied with Gwaihir into like
That's what I mean.
no,
like-
just the best way you can take an eagle, really. Like,
Yeah, you wanna-
I think that's
you
how we
wanna-
have to judge it.
The way we should judge these lists is taking them at their very best potential.
Yes.
yeah,
And the point I was trying to make is that like an eagle and Shelob at their best are probably better than like what you can get from the trolls. The 3 named ones.
yeah, totally.
Okay, fair enough.
That's the problem when it comes to like stuff like that, though, because Shelob is still a good / mediocre, but it's just all the 40 other models you get around her which help her out.
Yeah, because it's like, of course, the 3 troll profiles are better than Shelob, but you can only take them 3 together, and that's your army. Where Shelob, you can do a lot more with.
Yeah, but even Sheila with all the buffs is still a little bit sussy.
Amogus.
Very high whiff potential
we-
still, even with the reroll and the duel with like 1 or 2 dice. It's like,
Yeah.
But if it's the most competitive form of taking the monsters, the trolls drop.
Yes.
Um,
I think we now have to drop the trolls because we're starting to get more models into Nervous.
the trolls.
Leave Sneezy Boy up.
yeah, I
in-
think leave Sneezy there, but
Oh, they're all man. They're all dog, brother.
Let's just leave him there for now. Are we leaving the quick bone, beach bone?
Quick bone.
A quick bone for Elliot.
Let's go, Quick Bone.
Let's go.
It's late. Are we leaving it there?
In the context of competitive armies, though, the Ensis aren't that competitive.
They're not. Is it more?
Yeah, I
competitive
totally
than
wouldn't even have it
sneezy
in
troll?
nervous. I'd have it at the top of the dog.
Yeah.
But then
Everyone can
I prefer taking Ent over the trolls. So it's kind of like
Yeah, that's why it's above the two.
We'll leave Sneezy Boy
Trash
there for
trolls.
now, and we
yeah,
can
the other
revisit at
trolls
the
well,
end.
personally, but
We'll leave him there at the top dog. Moving on, we have the Mordor Troll Chieftain,
Nervous.
Blackgate Troll Chieftain.
Solid troll.
this is like
Let's-
the nervous, bit middle of nervous model I've ever
This
seen.
has got to be the
So
most
with the
mediocre.
buffs
It's
and
better
the
than Murder.
with the buffs like Fearless and the extra Might Will Fate, I'd definitely say he's nervous.
Is it
Yeah.
better than Murder?
He's better than Shelob,
Not better
probably
than Berner.
less good than a Fell Beast.
But
Yeah,
not better than Birder?
No, that's
no,
correct.
definitely.
That's correct.
Birder is trash, but in Angmar he can be okay.
Isn't a Mordor Troll Chieftain
He's not trash.
Blackgate better than Birder?
No, Birder is trash, Adam.
No,
Birder's not trash.
Yeah, he
He's
is.
not.
He totally is.
Why?
He's so
He's-
cheap.
Yeah, but he's such low defense. He's only got 3 attacks. He's only fight 6.
They've all these models have 3 attacks. Except
True,
Shelob.
but we're not. I'm not talking about Birder in comparison to other monsters. Just in the competitive meta.
We are
Birder's
doing
not
a
very
monster
good.
tier list. So.
No, 1,000%.
Yeah, but-
That's why I'm not arguing that he's not in silly nervous in the monster tier list. I'm just saying Birder in general isn't a good model for the Angmar.
The only reason
list.
why Birder isn't taken much is because of Gollum.
Yeah,
He's really good value.
And there's
Like,
lots of stuff in the list. Yeah.
Like he's 110 points, right?
yeah,
mm,
Yeah.
So he's 20 points more than Lurtz.
Yep.
But let's be not that great.
he's
my opinion.
Yeah,
easily
but I
nervous.
mean, we still think Lurtz is pretty good. So we can't call Birder trash if he's only 20 points more than Lurtz.
He's in silly nervous. He's there.
Yeah,
Next,
yeah.
Okay.
Next,
Next, we have the Spider Queen.
Lemon.
Lemon
Lemon.
Where?
above Grimbeon.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe
It's
second
no
best.
Fate D.
I think it's
No,
above,
that's correct.
no, I think it's above Guy here.
I think it's above Guy
above
here.
Guy here. Above Guy here.
Yeah.
Slinger above Guahi.
She puts out probably arguably more damage than Guy here with the re-rolling, all fail to
Yeah.
win. And she has the other utility of the other stuff as well.
Thing is, though, if things go wrong, why here stays?
Yeah, that's the only thing. You got to be very careful with the Spider Queen.
Yeah, but the Spider Queen has the broodlings and
I think the Spider Queen can instantly win you more games.
Yeah,
got more use, isn't it?
Mm.
Spider Queen has better utility. Yeah, you have to be more careful with her, but if you're more careful with her, you'll get more out of her. So
Yeah.
she's better.
definitely.
She's more consistent as well with 3 attack.
She's only 2 attacks based.
2 attacks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They both have monstrous charge, but
Yeah.
the broodlings are game winning. So
They are. Okay, we seem quite conclusive there. Moving on to the Dweller in the Dark.
Southampton.
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 Yeah. Is it worse than an Ent?
Above.
Yeah. It's worse than an end.
Worse than an Ent.
Oh dear. Cool,
Yeah.
but
It's just not right.
From here.
It needs fly.
If it had fly, it'd be crazy, James. Let's not go that far.
It wouldn't though. It's only D5.
Lots of things would be pretty
Yeah.
crazy with
Still
fly.
fight 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just Gulliver without strength 8.
Yeah, for 75 points.
It's like a love child between
Yeah, Gully.
It's caught in
Gully
between. It doesn't quite
and a
work.
Balrog.
Ogre.
It literally is.
Ogres.
Yeah, Gundabad Ogre next.
Gulliver ogres, they're pretty good.
Cheapest,
they-
mon-
Brutal power
cheapest
attacks.
monster model in the game.
So this is a
I reckon
problem.
there's bottom of silly nervous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I put that bottom of silly
I
nervous.
think so.
Oh, I think
personally
an
put it
ogre's better than a
above
cave drake.
Cave
Yeah.
Drake. And so you can get 2 of them for the price of Birder.
Nah, it's there.
Yeah, but they're way too easy to squish. That's the
They
problem.
are. They're only D5 and fight 5, which isn't that good.
Yeah.
And they've
I
got
think- I
really
think
big
they're-
bases.
No,
I
they've only
think-
got 40 mil base, same as a Cav, right?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
it's
same as
50
Cav.
mil.
No,
They're
they're 60.
Yeah.
No, they're 50.
Is it 50?
Yeah, I have them. The same place as Azog.
I have them.
I have them. Yeah, I think it's good there. We seem in agreement on that. Which end is this before
Quick
I...
beam.
The
Quick
other
beam.
trash one.
The speedy one.
See, no, I actually think this one is really good compared to
I wouldn't call it really good, but
yeah, but like compared to the other ends. I mean, moving 8 and also having March, which is a lot of stuff that most monsters don't have in their
yeah,
army.
but does that actually make a huge difference as an end? Like, you don't care if people are shooting you; they're not going to kill you.
If you
Like,
need to get across
getting
the
that extra movement doesn't make a huge difference.
I mean, it's still
No.
it's whether it goes above the other one.
It's definitely not better than the one they can strike. Come on.
Is it better than Tree Bid?
It's I'd say it's just below the other end.
Yeah.
What,
See,
here?
I think it's worse.
No,
it's
in dog.
No, it's a Southampton model. Tree
Nah,
Bid
it's
is
not
better than
Southampton.
this. No, Tree Bid is better than this.
Surely
Tribid
Tribid
just
better.
costs way too many points.
Yeah, but at least he's still good for
This is
those
also
loads of
good.
points.
Move 8 on monsters is so good.
Yeah, move 8 makes such a big difference.
Oh, move 8.
Like, it's just the fact
you
the
get
march is
counter-charged and you
useless on
lose.
him, I think.
So are we putting it above Tree Bid?
Mm.
Yeah.
To be fair, I think Tree Bid's been done a bit dirty, to be fair.
We
Nah,
can
Tree Bid-
review later.
Yeah, we'll leave it there for now. We'll come back. The Goblin King.
Lemon.
Lemon. Bottle of
Definitely
lemon.
Yep.
Below Grimbion.
No, it's better than Grimbion.
Yeah, he's better than Grimbion, but worse than Gwai here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if he's.
The Bears are
Worse
good.
than Gwai. I think he's better than Gwai here.
Bears in the Legion are pretty
Nah.
He's better than Gwai here.
good. They can't
The-
ban themselves though, which sucks. But
It depends if we're fighting elves or not.
See, I'm thinking in
Either way you say we're as part of the
in
Goblin.
Goblin
Town
Town.
Yeah,
gang.
exactly. If the collective we using the Goblin King.
put it this way, we were saying about them being used to their best potential is being able to use the Goblin King with Gollum. Is that, better potential than what you can do?
Thing is, how I see it is like Goblin Town usually wins through the warriors just going onto objectives and just being really classic goblin-y, not through the Goblin King, realistically. And
But
yeah,
there are
it's really
situations
smart.
where you would need the king to actually do work as well. Like
It's just
Yeah.
the king does everything you could
scenario,
want him
yeah.
to do in the list.
Yeah, but Vince,
Yeah.
how does the Goblin King do good work?
oh
that
yeah,
would be with Gollum.
As part of the
not
Gollum
necessarily
King.
though. I actually don't think he always needs Gollum. He can just chew through troops without Gollum.
Oh yeah.
You can.
Yeah.
He's an automatic removal of Fellbeast machine as well.
Yeah. The throw goblin is so good.
Yeah. Are
I
we,
guess,
are we,
I guess I just see it as Grimbeon is probably more pivotal in a Bjorning's list than the Goblin King is in a Goblin Town list.
Doesn't
Really?
mean he's better though. Just
I
'cause
disagree. I
he's
think the
more
standfast
dependent.
is huge.
The king,
Three.
he brings a lot to the list.
Oh yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
saying he doesn't, but I'm thinking does the Grimbeon being Benami's a 6-inch banner, does he give a little bit more to his list than the king gives to his list? I would argue that the bear does give a little bit more in the context of the
It's
army.
hard to compare. It's hard to compare because
Yeah.
they're different. They're completely different armies as well.
Because
So,
the king sits there and doesn't die. The bear sits there, doesn't die, and also gives a banner to the models that need it.
It's just the fact that the king offers to the list the ability to squish a hero, whereas the buildings don't really need that. They've already got it. Like the king is
Yeah, it's
fulfilling
just
the section that the Goblin Town can't do.
yeah.
That's a good take.
I guess it's like, do you need to do that all the time? Is what I think.
I think they're
No, but
quite
he's there when you
close.
do.
I think we really split in hairs to put one over the other.
Leave it there, but I think there's an argument for it to go above or not. But yeah,
We can see at the end. Next up, the Dark
Sauron.
Lord Sauron.
He's got to be a silly, nervous kind of guy.
Swap a lemon.
it's just
I'd put him better than Bjorn.
no way.
Yeah, he's opposite.
No, so
He
He's better
does
than
so
the
much
Watcher.
for the
Oh.
game.
better
It's
than
got to
the
be
Watcher.
better than the Watcher when the Watcher doesn't come on the board.
I totally
30%
agree.
of
He's
the
better than the
time.
Watcher, but I don't
Yeah,
think the Watcher should be
Totally
anywhere
better
near
on the
silly nervous
Watcher.
with that.
Non-negotiable there. Is it better than Bjorn?
Rather, this.
it's
oh,
not.
man.
Sam A just wanted to do the tier list
My
on his own.
brain is no, my brain's frazzled. You think Ash said that Sauron is better than Bjorn in context of the Oh my
He's
god.
way more fun.
It doesn't mean he's better, you mong, does it?
So you know. You just got
Listen.
slammed.
I just got abused. No, Sauron is way better because he's got magic. He's got higher fight. He's got terror. He's got harbinger.
army doesn't
he
break
brings
He is
without him.
twice the
the
point.
army
though.
doesn't break without him. Yeah, but he walks up to Bjorn, punches him in
He
the
can
head.
totally live
Who gives a
infinitely as well.
Yeah, he lives infinitely. Why would you not?
You just don't kill him. You're like, yeah, all right, I'll just kill the rest of your army.
Oh yeah, you can do the same for the fucking Bjornings.
No, because you
Yeah,
can't
literally.
actually kill Bjornings for free, can you? But you
Totally
kill,
can.
You can
Yeah.
kill Mordor shitty orcs for free, can't you?
No,
What do you mean, no?
no, you
Yeah,
can't.
but you can't just ignore Sauron because he still casts some magic at all your heroes.
Well,
Yeah,
Whereas like a bear, you can just tag with one guy and then kill all the buildings.
that's like saying you can't tag. Why can't you tag Sauron with one guy?
You totally can, but he's still going to get to cast magic in certain opportunities. Like you're not going to tag him every turn first. Like
Yeah, but you're not going to tag Bjorn every turn. It's the same thing, but Sauron's just double the points, and your warrior.
it's just the opportunity of the magic is so powerful.
Heroes would I rather take Grimbeorn and Bjorn over Sauron? I would take those two every day of the week over
He
Sauron.
would.
Yeah, but
I
that's
think
very
Sauron
different.
Sauron's too expensive to be silly nervous.
Not silly nervous. He's
But are you saying that the Watcher's better than Sauron?
Yeah,
So
100%.
no,
Uh,
disagree.
Big disagree
yeah,
on that.
I think it's better than Sauron.
I don't only have a 4-inch move. Watch out!
Yeah,
Hashtag
pathetic.
trash.
Yeah, might not.
Sauron is definitely silly nervous. He can do everything in the game. He has, apart from move fast. Like he's got everything.
You, Samuel Grattan, have just been outvoted.
I
Yeah,
just think
seems like the vote is to keep him roughly around there. So we will move on to Smaug.
Southampton.
Nah, he's definitely not Southampton.
He's the definition of a 3-3 list. He wins and then
He
he loses.
insta wins 3 games. He insta loses 3 games.
Yeah, so
But Hobbit.
he's below Shelob in my opinion.
Yep.
Yeah.
A
Look
better
at that.
eagle.
Me being right as always.
So I don't think
Definitely not
I
always.
don't think it's better than an eagle.
it's not better than an eagle.
I don't think it is.
When
Why
of Smaug
is it
insta kills the 7 eagle equivalent with 1 breathe fire.
Why is it a
Ah.
3-3 army? Why
It's
is he a
not about
3-3 army?
To be honest, I think Smaug is very hard to rate. He's just a weird model.
He's a proper weird model. But he's a cool model.
Put him in the middle. We cost 700 quid. Come on.
I think it has to be below an eagle.
Fine. Next.
Moving on to the Troll Brute.
I don't even know what this is.
I think it's slightly underrated. It's the impact
the
strength 10
It
hit.
is actually quite decent. It's
It's
only
Strength
half.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's only 1 dice, so shit.
Yeah. But that's a 3 on everything, basically.
Yeah, but it's only fight 4 or 5. It's just not.
Yeah, but you
good.
don't use
So
it
the
for that. You just use
profile
to run
is
into models.
it is 6-inch move, height 5, strength 7, D6, 3 attacks, 4 wounds, courage 3.
D6 at 4 wounds. Yeah, you just chuck a hero into it, it dies instantly. It's just so dead.
So courage
You
3.
lose a move off and your hero gets.
Yeah, and it
strength
has the
10.
impact.
Yeah, it's 1 strength 10.
Yeah, but not everyone's got a bear that can just go, oh no, it's a strength 10 hit, I'll 5+ it.
It's
But I would
100
even-
points. So considering like a Gundabad
A
troll.
Witch King, you chuck a Thorin, you chuck a Bard, you chuck a fucking anyone, a Ratabi into it. Literally, it's just who cares about it?
All those best heroes in the game.
I
Yeah.
think it's worse
got
than
so many heroes.
Treebeard. Chuck it in dog.
There's so many heroes you could just put in front of it, and then over 2 turns, it dead. Like,
Yeah,
It
cool.
did.
If they just put it in front of a hero, it's going to not do
I
anything.
think it's better than Southampton. I think it's
That's
going
just poor
there.
use.
no, but it's such a big base.
Okay, so you have to consider the list it's in.
Yeah, yeah.
It's in a list where every single hero has March. It's in a list where you have a big hero who's guaranteed to get Master of Battle.
It doesn't.
This thing is doing some work. Like,
Yeah.
it's not consistent, but he will kill stuff.
The fact that there is no Gundabad Troll Catapult in this tier list is poor from you, Elliot.
There's no model for it.
but that is quite that is not it. Yeah, but
I think that's fair enough putting it there. Next,
we have a Mordor Troll.
This is Southampton.
this is Southampton.
Absolutely, Southampton.
This is worse than a tree beard. Sorry, worse than an ent.
Worse
but-
than tree.
Worse than a tree, but better than a monster thing in the dark.
They've missed off the Isengard troll from this.
There are lots.
I'd
missing.
say that's just worse than the Mordor troll.
Just gives it an extra
Wait,
defense.
you think it's worse than an Isengard troll or better?
It's better than a Mordor Troll.
Oh, I
but
don't think
because
so.
it
Yeah. Why?
has a shield. It can
Oh,
shield.
sure. Maybe you got two of them and you can spear support with one. That's cool.
Yeah, well, it's still.
But you're
I'm not saying
paying,
good,
it's like
still
10
better than
extra
the Mordor
points for that defense 8. It's like, cool. I'm still going to kill it the same as I would a normal Mordor troll.
I think 10 points for defense 8 is actually quite good. It's courage 4 as well. It's one courage higher than the Mordor troll. I suppose you get the army bonus, but
If we're talking about top strats, what about Contest of Champions with Isengard, where you've got like an Isengard troll spear supporting Saruman? Saruman goes in, he immobilizes
genius.
Aragorn. He knocks Aragorn down at fight 7 versus fight 6, and he kills him.
yeah. So I brought a double Isengard troll list to my first Imps tournament.
What was your record?
Well,
0-6.
okay, so I won. Okay, so I won 3 games day 1. So then Saruman died, and Lurtz became my leader with 2 trolls, and I think I drew 1 and lost 2. Day 2.
So it'd be above a Mordor troll, but still Southampton.
Correct.
Lemon.
Okay.
This next Gundabad Troll
The Gundabad
is also
Troll.
Southampton.
Now there's only this one has the club, but there's also the one with
Yeah, there's also the gauntlets.
So I think Gauntlets, they're both dog.
I think the gauntlets are better. I think
Gauntlets
it's
are pretty
easily
cool.
better than the troll brute.
No, it's the Southampton.
Nah, it's better than
It's
the troll
got
brute.
4 wounds as well.
It's got 4 wounds, fight 7, plus 1 to wound.
Bottom. No,
I think it's
bottom-
D8 as well.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
pretty.
I think it's better
It's
than
better
the troll
than
brute.
better than an ent, but not better than the troll brute.
Does anyone else think? Do people think it's better or worse than the troll brute?
I
way-
think it's
way better than the
oh,
troll brute. The troll brute's dog shit. It's Southampton.
I think it's better than the troll brute. So I'm leaving it there. James, Adam, Vince.
I think it's it's better than the troll brute. I just disregarded what Sam said about them though.
4 wounds at D. 4 wounds at D8 compared to
4 wounds at D.
Who's
4 wounds at
D?
D6. The troll brute is just it just dies. Starts to shoot and then it dies in 1 turn in combat. It's just dog shit.
Yeah, I think we have 3
Yeah, good
votes
opinion.
for it above the troll brute. So,
So dead.
there. Moving on to the cave troll.
Good monster.
Yeah.
Southampton.
What?
Nah,
No, Cave Troll's nervous.
definitely not Southampton.
Cave troll's nervous.
Cave Troll's
Yeah.
nervous.
It's above this. It's above Smaug, right?
Yeah.
It's above.
I think it's better than an eagle.
Yeah. I think it's better than Shelob.
It's better than Shelob as
Better
well.
than Shelob. Yeah, I'd agree. Blackgate Mordor Troll, though, Chieftain, I'd say it's probably not better than that.
No.
I think that's pretty legit.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think that's a good place for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now we're on to the infamous Balrog, where we started. Full circle.
I like it. I think the Balrog goes silly nervous below the Cave Drake.
Hmm.
I'll let that
Shelob.
settle.
I think the Cave Drake's way too high. I think now we can start like moving stuff. I think the Cave Drake's too high.
Got a vendetta right there.
I've been hating. I think like the Cave Drake comes down to like roughly there-ish, and then Balrog goes like somewhere in here. It's my view.
I think Berda goes down.
Why are you hating on Berda?
I'm a Berda hater.
Why are you a Berda
It's the
hater?
fact
I'm
that Berda only has one role, which is cleaning up a paralyzed model. And as a
Yeah.
monster, it's pretty inferior if you can only kill a paralyzed model.
It
It's
can't
just not
only kill a
good.
paralyzed model. I mean, it's
It's
It
only
still-
fight
it
six.
still worries
It's
as well.
it's just terrible.
What do you mean only fight six?
Yeah,
Only fight six?
fight 6 is good.
Fight six for 110 points. Oh, okay. Gorbag goes into him and strikes. He has to strike. And then it's just a strike
Gorbag.
off.
Yeah, so
It's
the
like
issue with
Next
him,
Gorbag. Gorbag.
It's
So
the fact
the-
he doesn't. It's the fact with 3 attacks at strength 6, he doesn't even kill Gorbag outright. It's like so bad.
What?
Yeah.
I don't understand that at all.
monsters
kills
might not
Gorbag.
necessarily kill heroes with multiple wounds and fate on the first try, though.
Why doesn't he kill Gorbag outright?
Like Bjorn might.
What? So he's
He just
strength
read it.
6. So okay. So
Yeah,
he.
rend him on
They
three.
both strike. Say
You rend
Berner
on
wins.
threes, you do 2 wounds.
Then Gorbag's got a 50-50
Yeah,
fate
but
with the 2 might he's got left. And
No,
he
you
gets-
spend the might to kill him, get the 3s.
Yeah, you could do that, I guess. And then your troll has no might. And
Yeah,
then
but
another
then
hero
it's like
goes
a
in and
cave
strikes
troll
and it
that's
dies.
just killed Gorbag.
But Bird has 110 points. 110 point models don't necessarily kill 50-point models, 60-point models in one turn.
Yeah.
That isn't always the case.
Oh,
You know,
no,
he
it's
isn't
good
170
value.
points. He's 110 points. So yes,
It's
he
just
can die.
It's
He's
just
only
not a
D6.
silly nervous model.
I think for what you pay, he's pretty good.
So
No.
if going back to that Gorbag example, if he kills Gorbag outright, Gorbag is 60 points, Birdo is 110. So
Yeah.
you're saying like he's now effectively a 50-point cave troll that's normally 80 points, 75 points.
I think it's hard to look at things in like the, making the points.
Yeah,
back,
it's difficult
but
to say about specific examples.
Well, you
But-
brought it up.
I totally did.
Birder can also like hurl.
That's-
Like
yeah.
he's fight 6.
He's got
is
some
great.
weaknesses, but he's not like if he was like 140 points, then it's a different conversation. But he's
only
110 points.
Yeah.
He's got some weaknesses, but he's got some.
That's a
really
big
good
points
strengths as well.
increase.
He's only 110 points.
I think Birder's kind of fine there. I'd probably even argue above the Watcher.
No, the Watcher's way better.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the
Even-
Watcher, but I still think
I
he's
think the
better than
Watcher's
Birder.
harder to be consistent with.
I
But,
think the Balrog is better than
Yeah,
everything in that nervous tip.
Yeah, I agree.
it's probably better. Yeah, than a Troll Chieftain. That's
See, I'd also argue that the Balrog is better than Birder.
consistently over.
It's hard
role
to say, but
In the role that in the Sam's had an aneurysm. It's like
Oh,
so if we're taking these heroes in their best possible situation,
and the
you
Balrog's
take-
still shit.
how is the Balrog bad?
It doesn't have any might. You have no might within the army. You take a Goblin Captain or Durbos, you have 3 might, and he's your lead. So they're not your leader. You call moves with them. Someone just charges the Balrog with 1 dude, and then it combats. It charges another dude. Oh, okay, nice. It's killed 2 models a game. A fucking Birder can kill more than that.
The Balrog doesn't kill 2 models a game, does it, Sam?
Yeah,
That's
it kills 2
purely
models.
hyperbolic.
It killed 2 models a turn.
that was horrendous hyperbole.
You kill
That
2
is
models a turn.
terrible hyperbole.
You kill 2 models a turn, and you play, say, what, 7 turns?
Oh, so you're assuming that the Balrog loses every single roll off that it plays.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying if you're calling moves with Durbers,
Yeah.
what points level is that? Because you're going to fill the Barrow's Warband out.
Well, if you let me finish, we were about to say that you use each monster in its most optimum points level. So obviously you would use the Balrog at higher points in the Depths of Moria Legendary Legion,
Yeah.
where it also makes it the breaking unbroken of the whole army.
Which is
You also
huge,
can't
by the
shoot
way.
it. You can also set people on fire, and it makes goblins within 6 inches fearless and have +1 fight value. You cannot tell me that all those statistical buffs make it less good than Birder
It does.
when Birder is terrible.
It makes it way less than Birder.
Comes
makes
up
it
above
way
Birder.
less.
Which
It ma-
Birder is terrible.
It makes it
Let's
way less
vote.
than Birder.
Let's just have a vote. Who thinks that the Balrog should be above Birder?
I have never been
I
scared.
totally do.
I've never been scared of a Balrog.
I
I've
think
never
Birder's
been
good.
scared of a
You're a very
Birder.
brave boy, then, aren't you?
If you're playing against a double barrel white Witch King and Birder,
You must be Mithrandit.
Yeah, Birder's good in the Angmar list.
Oh.
I think Birder's being
So
trapped.
we've got 2 votes for the Barrog going above Birder. Have we got anyone else?
Do we have
Any
a-
more for any more?
No, absolutely not.
Doesn't get it
4
gets
times the
no
price.
way near its points back.
So it's
Birder,
below Birder.
it's below an ogre, brother. It's below.
Yeah,
I would
it's below an ogre.
It's-
An ogre.
Listen,
Barrog
I'd
is-
be happy. I'd be happy with it going below an ogre as long as it's in the
worse-
silly
it's
nervous
worse-
tier.
It's worse than a Shelob and Cave Troll. And
It
the
is
Cave Troll.
way better than all those terrible
a cave-
monsters, Vince.
A cave troll does more for the Moria army than a Barrog does.
You
Shelob
never
does more
take
for
a
Tier
cave
100.
troll in a Moria army.
Well, you're right.
No, you totally do. But
You take Moria pure spam, or you take AOL, or you take the depths of Moria, legendary.
yeah, but the
legion.
pure spam, you can drop in a cave drake or no cave drake. Sorry, cave troll or two to have that squish potential with a bat swarm.
Yeah,
or
Cave
something.
Trolls, they're so cheap.
Yeah,
I think a Barrog's better than the Mortal Troll Chieftain, and I would
I agree.
personally
I
rather
put it
take
above a fell.
a Wraith
fell
on
beast.
a Fell Beast over a Balrog. I think it can offer
No.
the Mortal list.
Barrog's silly nervous, but that's just
No, I think the troll chief.
that's just the news.
Are
Barrog's
we going top of nervous or
You said
bottom of
you're
silly?
planning to start Depths of Moria, weren't you? Did you say?
Depths of
You're a
Moria
fan.
is definitely something that could be taken to the Battle of Unnumbered Tiers, which we have
Totally
mentioned
can't, brother.
many
You can't take
times.
lead.
Totally can't. No
Yeah,
lead.
yeah.
Exactly. So guess what? It won't be seeing it there.
And even if you could take it, you'd still go max 4 and 2 because it's poo.
Yeah, but 4 and 2 isn't poo.
Yeah, max. That's with luck. I'm saying it's 3 and 3.
No, the Depths of Moria Legendary Legion at high points is good.
Are we leaving it there?
I guess so.
It seems like that is
Seems a little bit
some
harsh,
sort of
but-
compromise. Right. Are there,
Seems- Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
that's good.
are there other things we would like to move around now? The list is somewhat together.
Hmm. I think the dragon deserves to be higher personally, but
Bro, this list is so cursed.
Look
it's
at all these
impossible to
models.
rank them against each other.
Oh my god.
How is Smaug that high?
The fact Smells that high, the fact the dragon's that low, the fact the troll brute is not in Southampton, the fact
Like-
that
Troll bit, yeah, but it is very low. Yeah, the troll.
The
bit.
dragon
troll
needs to be
brute-
above Shelob, in my
The
opinion.
troll brute can come down. The dragon can go right up. I'm happy with all those.
Yeah, I
changes.
think the dragon goes to like there, and I think Smaug comes down.
Yeah,
Okay.
sneezy troll is better than.
My question is,
Easy troll.
when do you ever see a dragon? Like, what kind of list does it fit into?
It's because you can't buy the model anymore.
I was what was I in Imps? Was I
No, just pretend you can buy it. Who is putting a dragon in a Moria list? Like, how
I
does
would
it
totally
fit?
use the
Fit in
dragon.
any of these other models really that are below it in either like the trolls,
When was the last time, you saw a tree beard
like Ents? Yeah, so I
that
think
wasn't on like
it's
bottom
of
table?
the list.
Shout out to Haven't War Games.
Mark Pearson.
Mark Pearson taking ends.
Dragon is way more threatening than all of those at the bottom. And it's
I'm sorry, I just noticed Elliot has snuck the cave drake below Shelob. This is outrageous.
This is when we were moving other stuff around.
Yeah, sorry, how's that happened? Wasn't
It was an
Cave Drake-
Elliot rash decision.
You just
No,
moved
no,
it
it's
straight
hate.
down.
It was. I didn't just move it. I'm not saying anything.
It was definitely in silly nervous.
Yeah.
Where do other people want the cave drake?
Nah.
No,
I think
it's below the Balrog.
I think it's below a Fell Beast. I think if you put a wraith on Fell Beast, it can fill a better role than the cave drake can in Moria.
It's a different role.
I'm triggered.
I think it's better.
The thing is, the Cave Drake can just be used as a hitter and on the
Yeah.
flank, right?
Exactly.
It can do quite a lot because it's got high movement. It's got the 1 might point to call a combat.
But it's like the Emperor, though, on the base, the movement is harder to get where you want.
Nah,
Yeah, that's
it's
why it
not
needs
as
to be on the
awkward as an
flank.
Emperor
even,
base.
even with move 8.
But the thing is, he can be put on a flank, whereas, sorry, she can be put on a flank, whereas the Dragon Emperor can't.
I just think a good player can avoid a cave drake somewhat if they plan for it with the big base. They can use it against them quite.
Yeah, and it's still just destroying through your troops then. Like, and with Brook
Yeah.
Tazak's like barge, it's going to be able to get
But then
through
you're
eventually.
the Moria players investing a lot of points into that threat. And meanwhile, your threats are chewing through goblins.
Oh yeah, sure, but you got enough
Really
goblins that
easy.
you don't care.
Maybe.
Do you guys ever see Moria run competitively?
No,
Because it's got a lot of monsters.
monsters are bad.
Yeah.
Monsters
And
totally aren't
anything else
bad.
that people are looking to move?
I don't like Sauron's position personally.
Not Sauron again.
Sauron is such a waste of points.
No.
But
Yeah,
you
he's-
can run a fairly effective Sauron list, though.
Totally
Yeah,
can.
If you're
The
playing
man who
one
won
under
Imps, did he not
500
use
points.
Sauron day one?
Yeah, have you ever won 100? No. Tom Wag won 100 with Sauron.
Yeah.
When?
And didn't Ed Bull
Imps.
as well?
When the fuck did I ask, James? All right.
Yeah,
don't
I knew
care,
it was
but
coming.
Hold on.
But I'd already said.
Sauron is poo. Sauron does not get his points back.
All right, Sam, guess what? Bjorn, Southampton. What are you going to do then, huh?
Go ahead.
Gonna cry?
Go ahead.
He does
Okay.
seem on the verge of tears.
Sam does seem ready to pack it in.
He's
Sauron-
furious.
It's just not. It's just so. He's such a point sink.
But you can write a fairly competitive list with Sauron in, though.
Yeah,
Yes.
you might have fucking fairly competitive list with a cave troll. That doesn't mean it's.
I don't think you can write
That,
that.
that didn't really make
competitive-
the point.
I don't
Yeah,
think
Sam.
I'd
I
argue
don't
Shut
think
up.
you can write
I'd
that
argue-
competitive of a list with the Watcher, in my opinion.
Of course
No,
you can.
totally can't.
I don't think you can make one.
Watcher has no competitive value if you can't
Watcher
roll
has
higher
no
than a
right
3.
being that high up in
It
Silly
really
Nervous.
doesn't. I think the fact that Watcher is there is actually quite insane.
There was no Sauron list at the ETC, but
I
there
think
was
it's going
Watcher
there.
lists.
I vote Watcher.
That means nothing, but ETC is the biggest soup fest in the world.
Yeah, but there's competitive lists that like Italy 3 don't go unbeaten, and they've a
Yeah, but
Watcher.
you're not Italian. Like,
That
I
doesn't
don't
make a
know.
difference, does it? That doesn't change.
It does because
Put it
people
this
take
way,
different
even-
varieties of lists
They also take
and they
dud
play against
lists.
better.
Yeah, but like Ireland have taken Watcher and Spider Queen.
They also take dud lists, which we don't know what is what, but the
Yeah,
Watcher
but
could
it's
just
not.
be a dud list.
No, because they use it there, and it is good because
And you also get to choose your matchups in the
100%.
ETC, which makes
Yeah,
an
yeah.
insane amount of
yeah.
difference.
But even in normal Italy tournaments, and even in
We're
Ireland,
not in Italy.
Yeah, I'm not saying we
That's-
are in Italy, but it doesn't change if a model is competitive or not, does it?
For us, it is not.
Even though I've been hating on
It
the
is-
Cave Drake, I would
it is.
rather take a Cave Drake over the Watcher.
Thank
Thing
you.
is, you guys are basing this off the fact that Sam Grattan's played it a few times and he keeps not rolling a 3.
Yeah, the Watcher. I can't.
The
Brother.
chance in not rolling a 3 in 3 turns is 1 in 27. Like, it's really low.
It's not necessarily how statistics work, but
No,
fair
but
enough.
cumulative probability.
Yeah.
How many times do
I
you
think
get
it's really
like
good.
screwed over in a Maelstrom game with rolls on warbands? All you need over a 6-game event is for that to happen like once or twice,
Mhm.
and you lose. And I think the chance of that.
But I think if
Fairly
you build
likely.
the list to have enough like shield goblins, you can just hold off a little bit.
You'd be lucky to hold off. Let's
Yeah.
I
be
think just
fair.
having a Cave Drake over 6 games is just more consistent than a Watcher who could be great but could also be trash.
Elliot's finally coming around.
Yeah, the fact that
I don't really
Berger,
like the Cave Drake, but at least you know what you're getting. Where with the Watcher, yeah, it could be great, but it could also not be great. And
Yeah, you can like roll
Yeah,
a
but
1 on
majority-
your tentacles and
Yeah.
then miss that one.
Majority of the time, the Watcher is good.
yeah, like, I'm not saying it's a bad profile. I don't think it's top of Silly Nervous.
Yeah, it's just the fact that you had to say the word majority of the time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Where
all
like
of the time,
I think
Gulliver is good.
everything
all of the time,
above
the
it-
Spider Queen is good.
Not all of the time, Sauron's good. Like that does make a difference.
When is Sauron
no
not
one's
good?
never really.
Yeah, Sauron always is good.
Because Ash,
Yeah.
Ash, you literally said, "Oh, when you took him to him, you saying, oh, is he not whiffed for you yet? My Sauron just whiffs all the
No,
time."
but it
You
isn't.
went-
It isn't
and you
about
went,
that though.
Surprisingly, I've actually not had my Sauron. He's always rolled a 6. That's what
Yeah,
he's
but
done.
you've got 5 dice and might, and then you also use his magic on the way in. So it depends how you use Sauron.
And it isn't
whether or
even
not
about
he's
him
good or
only
not.
winning fights. It's
No, it's
the,
like saying it depends how
I think
you.
Sauron gets a bad rep because a lot of non-competitive players use him in
Yeah.
a very poor way.
you can't be broken until Sauron dies.
Yeah.
But how many
And
games you
every,
win off?
but in every single scenario, there are VPs for break. So you're consistently
Yeah.
getting that every single game, and that's a problem for the opponent. Where the Watcher in some games could just be a non-factor.
Elliot is putting in good points here.
No.
And
Really is.
you love
How
to
many-
see it
How many games you win off Break Unbroken?
quite
A
a lot.
lot.
That can definitely.
It's a very big factor.
It's every
scenarios-
single
like
game.
In
it
every
completely
single
is
scenario,
locked
that's
up.
one of the factors.
So
Yeah.
what scenarios are ones where like it's guaranteed, like you don't play for something else apart from a broken?
You might not necessarily not have to play for something else, but it's just added VPs that you don't have to think about.
Yeah.
It still ties
Instantly,
into every
they've
scenario.
got to kill Sauron
Yeah.
for break unbroken.
Yeah.
It's not something
Yeah.
you have to think about. It's just an automatic. Oh, okay, I'm now not going to be broken unless you wound Sauron 3 times.
But it's not hard to demolish the rest of a Sauron list.
It's also Sauron is on the board from the start. It's also not hard to demolish a Watcher list
Yeah,
when
see,
the Watcher
that's-
doesn't come on.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Well,
the
it's
Watcher.
not likely that the Watcher doesn't come on the board, and it
But
has.
it could be in 2 out of 6 games in an event, and now you've lost. Where Sauron,
Yeah.
at least you know what you're getting. Yes, you're paying a lot of points, and you don't have that great of an army around him, but you still have Sauron for 6
Maybe
games.
double the points for it to then come down to the last couple of turns where you go for leader wound or Sauron, and you surround him, so you have no models left to peel off, and then the whole my Sauron, it needs to be. I'm broken. You was it 2 wounds or 3 wounds off him, and then you broke.
Just take 3 wounds off him.
Yeah.
Also,
that's cool if
Sauron-
you've got like Reavers or something, but most
Yeah,
people
Sauron
don't, and they're just
causes
not able to
terror.
wound him.
Sauron
Yeah.
causes terror and has ancient enemies and is D10. Sorry,
Yeah.
ancient evil. So
Yeah.
he's hard to charge. He's incredibly difficult to wound. He's fight
That's
9.
if you even win the fight, yeah.
If you even win the fight, it's like
Or if your heroes made it that far with Sauron casting at them throughout the game.
Yeah.
yeah, you cannot tell me that
There's
Sauron is worse than the Watcher.
I think he is.
No, I don't think he is.
100%.
And do Sauron games always end with the entire army around Sauron not being on the board anymore?
No,
There
of course
being
they don't.
Sauron left. No. So then, it isn't always going to be Sauron surrounded and, can you live or, do you die? It's not always like that.
Yes,
No.
Elliot. Yes.
I'd rather play.
And
I'd
they're
rather
making
play
good
against-
points.
I'd rather play against a Sauron than a Watcher any day of the week.
We seem
That's
completely.
just because we know you love the Watcher.
We seem in
Yeah.
agreement that Sauron stays
I
there.
think,
Are
I
there
think the
any
Watcher's good.
other?
And it's hard to play around than Sauron.
Are there any other changes we want to make to anything else in the list?
I've already argued about Birder being that high up, but
You've been outvoted.
I have.
Anything else from anyone? We were talking earlier about the Goblin King and Grimbion.
I think Shelob is better than the Cave Troll.
No, I don't rate Shelob.
Shelob's more tanky. Yeah, I think Shelob's better than the Cave Troll. She's only 15 points more.
Move 10, Venom, 6 wounds, D7,
Pearl.
Hurl.
Every
Okay,
single
Carl has
model
that.
in this tier list has Earl.
Yeah, but Shelob's strength 7 as opposed to strength 6.
Sure, that doesn't make a massive difference, does it?
James, you know fully well that a big inch makes a difference.
Doesn't affect the big boys.
You've got to make them count. I probably would go Shelob above Cave Troll, in my humble opinion.
Yeah,
I just think the value from a cave troll is so good.
Shelob never wins fights.
Yeah. Even with the buffs from the Legion, she's still not winning fights a lot of the time.
Just what you get 2 attacks against good models.
Yeah.
Your
And then if you want to have that opportunity to reroll, you have to sacrifice something to be able to do it. And it's like
The 10-inch move, 6 wounds is a 6.
I would say that the dragon is better than an eagle, and so is Sneezy
Right, the
Troll.
dragon needs to be above Shelob.
Okay, we'll make a compromise. Dragon above Shelob, but Shelob above Cave Troll.
The dragon above Shelob. Like that.
Yeah, that seems good to me.
Dragon up here.
You're really dragging my nuts.
Oh,
Any other quibbles or quarrels?
Brute down in Southampton.
I think it's fine where it is.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
I agree. The brute needs to be in Southampton.
Adam, Vince, Troll Brute.
No,
Leave
it's
it
not
there.
that bad.
It's not that bad. It's bad, which is why it's at the bottom of dog, but I don't think it's
Yes.
I think it's already in a pretty bad
The
spot.
thing is, I still think it's better than the Gundabad Troll.
I'm gonna have to agree,
I-
actually. Yeah,
I think the Gundabad Troll
has
with
the world's
sideboard is
biggest
pretty legit.
base.
The Gundabad
Nah.
Troll is enormous. It should be in Southampton. I
It's
don't know
got
why
a
he didn't.
60 mil base, I think.
I don't
It's
know why he didn't let me
ridiculous.
put it in there in the first
They all
place.
do.
Oh no,
of
maybe
them,
it's bigger than a normal troll base. I'm pretty sure.
both of them have
So
It is.
like 80 mil. weight.
Or does
Yeah.
does the Mordor trial have 80 mil?
No,
Right.
Mordor's
No.
60, Gundabad's 70.
No. A Gundabad's 80 actually because it's the same.
Yeah.
Smaug is very large.
I just think if you're going to be D6 as a model, you need to have some form of like really good rules to make up for it. And I just don't think the Troll Brute has that.
But
Roberta, like the Troll Brute, how much is the Troll Brute?
Send Berta down now.
put him in Southampton right now.
Berta has stuff around him. The
No
Troll
one
Brute doesn't.
cares about that.
That's the whole point of this list.
He also has fate and might.
He's got one fate.
He's got might as well.
He's D6.
Yeah.
He's terrible.
I think the only bad
It's the fact that if you
parts-
put any real threat into him, it's really you're gonna one shot.
Yeah, I think the only bad bits about the Birdo profile is D6 one fate. Other than that, it's
Yeah, I agree.
brilliant. So
Apart
yes,
from that, he's
D6
brilliant.
one fate isn't great, but it's not the worst thing in the world. It's not good, but he can still do a really good role in the list.
Yeah.
If he can stay alive.
Cave Joke's better than Berta.
No, it's not.
Nice cap.
When you play against double barrel like Witch King, Berta
Birdo feels a role.
becomes a lot better when you don't have to worry about a hero going into him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I capitulate.
Troll Brute
Let's-
staying there. Anything else we are moving around? Or are we
Treebeard is better than that goddamn other terrible end.
No, he's totally not.
Treebeard?
Treebeard is
Is he
just a
Ent?
normal Ent with might, whereas the
No, he
other
isn't.
Ent
He's so much
heroes
better than
actually
regular
have
Ents.
extra rules to make them better.
Merry
and
and
they're a lot
Pippin
cheaper.
kills so many things with throwing stones.
They just don't, do they?
The problem is that these models don't have armies built around them. Like the trolls and the ends, they're just
That's
there.
what I'm saying. They're standalone.
They're riding solo.
Monsters that you can get in other lists, you can get much.
Put it on
more
their
in
shades,
many
cover
different
up their
situations.
eyes.
Monsters.
Yes, Ash.
That's a nervous line. Monsters with stuff around them are just 100 times better.
Yeah. So like everything down in dog.
In that case, surely the Mordor troll goes above the Ents.
But it's that bad that it's still.
Yeah, but you need might still. You still need might.
The Mordor troll sits there and then doesn't do anything.
You're
Yeah,
need-
I'd say it's definitely better than an Ent.
Ents
Nah,
can't be fixed or anything.
An Ent would smash up a Mordor troll.
Yeah, but we're not talking about monster mashing.
He did the mash.
James totally baited.
Or was I?
Ooh, I think we're happy. Let's leave it there.
We seem quite happy. Sam's no.
Oh,
I mean,
no. It's going to be the same thing over and over again. But
yeah, we
Sam
all
has
have
trash
things
opinions.
that
We'll leave it as this.
Sam and
But
his
still-
terrible opinions.
Yeah.
This is roughly where the Gollum's gamers rank.
I don't think Ash has ever used a monster model that's not a fell beast ever.
And even then, he
Okay.
doesn't actually use them.
I have used Bill Burt and Tom. I have used Shelob. I have
Ash,
used
you
the
literally
Mordor
used-
Troll
when-
Chieftain. I've used the Balrog.
Yeah, I can vouch for the
I've
Mordor
used
troll chieftain. He's
Sauron.
used that a lot.
Okay, apart from Sauron,
You need to chill right out.
Sauron.
use
You need to
Sauron.
chill your
and-
soul,
You
Sam.
need to chill out, Sam.
Use Sauron and you don't like using a fell beast, and that's it.
I just listed
Yeah.
off at least 4.
You played
6,
Bilbo
7
and Tommy.
models.
It's Jack Walker at your mum's house. It doesn't count. Okay. You've never taken him to a tournament.
To the viewers, that was supposed to sound like an insult, but they actually did play at his house.
Yeah.
My mum thought.
Like you actually just used them at your mum's house, and that was it. Like you.
Yeah, Mum's house is where the most competitive games take
That
place.
is
Don't
that is
even lie.
facts.
This is no.
And then your troll chieftain. I can't remember the last time you used a troll chieftain.
It's
A
been
long
outshone.
time ago, far, far away.
Exactly. Like,
I actually
what's the model
took
like your bag?
I actually took a troll chieftain to events before I even introduced both of you to this game. So that shows how much of an OG troll chieftain fan I am.
Cool.
Okay, we seem quite
Oh,
happy.
Sam is angry, James.
After-
Sam is angry.
Oh no.
It's a civil war. Okay, so that is going to wrap up the tier list of all the monsters currently in the game. I think that was a good one. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching episode 8 of the Gollum's Gamers podcast.